thank you for letting me record this session to show other people what a healing session looks like.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate this. So in the past sessions, we have talked about your depression, your anxiety, how much you love yourself, where your self-love is at, and where your self-worth is at. And over the last, this is your fourth session, and over the last three sessions, we've been able to bring your depression score down to 0%,
Mhm.
your anxiety score down to 0%, your self-love up to 94%, and your self-worth, like how worthy are you feeling of being Maria, up to 50%.
Yes.
So with those ending where they were last week, where would you rate those this week on a conscious level? Like when you think about how depressed you are, what percent of you comes to mind of how depressed you are?
I wouldn't say, like I was just saying to you about the grief. I don't wouldn't say I'm depressed. It's more of like a sadness where, again, like I would have gone down a deep dark hole, and what this has, you say I don't know how it works, but it works. Like I
Right?
don't know. It's not like all of a sudden an aha moment that I'm like, but something will happen and I'll realize that I've just dealt with it completely differently. My mind goes to a totally different place, to a good place,
Hmm.
instead of immediately to like this dark space that, why am I even here kind of thoughts.
Right.
So I would say right now my depression score is at a 0. Like I don't
Okay.
feel, it's more of the sadness.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. And anxiety?
Um, it's a little, I would say it's medium because I'm just in the process of, trying to figure out my next step in life
Mhm.
and job wise. So I'm just trying to get that to the sooner than later. So that
Right.
might be why my anxiety might be a little bit up from normal.
Okay. Okay. So if you had to put a percentage on it out of 100, would you
I mean, I
say,
would say it's low, 25, something like that.
okay, so we'll say 25%.
Yeah.
What about your self-love? How has that been going the last week? And be honest, because there are times when we're just like, I don't want to look at me. I
Yeah,
don't want to talk to me.
exactly. I mean, I
Where do you
feel like
think
it
that's
was
at?
so long that I didn't look at myself in the mirror really, except as I was rolling out the door to make sure something like wasn't on my face. But
Right.
other than that, now I'm looking, at myself. I'm getting, putting on a cute outfit and some makeup and things like that. Where for a while it was like brush on something,
Mhm.
and not. I used to care, like not care, but I used to love like finding a cute outfit and going out and all those kind of things. And then it just went to, I didn't really, I'm like, throw a hat on. And if I run into somebody, I run into somebody. And now
Right.
I realized that was how my inner self was feeling. And now it's like, oh, I'm starting to feel good inside. And I want to share that on the outside.
That's wonderful. So if you had to give that a percentage between 1 and 100, 100 being your self-love is off the charts, where would you say you're at right now?
I would say I'm at like 85.
85? Okay. And your self-worth, how
That's
worthy are
coming up. I would say I'm probably 75.
75? Okay. All right. Well,
Let's see if those are right.
let's get connected and see what your subconscious says, um, versus what your conscious mind or your ego is saying. And maybe
Okay.
it is your higher self that's coming through and speaking through you.
Okay.
But we'll see where we're at. So I'm going to pull up the charts. Okay. And we're going to use the same intention we've been using, being your light score, your depression score, your anxiety score are all at 0%. Your self-love score and self-worth score are at 100%.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that with it, there's nothing hiding that we haven't been able to tap into yet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and take a deep breath for me. I am eternally protected with love's vibration. This session and session space is eternally protected with love's vibration, and Maria is protected by love's vibration. I command that all outdated safety programs built on fear disentangle now for Maria and me. All conception points and fractals of fear dissolve to neutrality and align to this new now from love's vibration infinitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so what aspect of Maria wants to come up to assist? Okay, so your human consciousness is coming up, which is so funny because we were just talking about like human feelings versus
Yes.
trapped beliefs and emotions and stuff like that. All right, so what is her divine path score at out of 100? 93. So you're still like on the path that you were meant to be here and do.
Oh, good. Okay.
And what is her light score at out of 100? 37. So that did come down, which is not abnormal.
Okay.
Your light score and your divine path score will fluctuate depending on what's going on in your life.
Right.
So if your divine path score goes down, it means that you're a little bit off track and there might be something that's pulling you off track. And so that's why we test that. And we
Okay.
bring that up to 100% because we clear around the energies that are kind of taking you off of that path.
Okay.
Light score will fluctuate because these typically they're entities that are bringing down your light score, and these entities will come from electronic devices. They'll come from other people. Your inner child might have called them in to protect you at some point. They might come from past lives, different timelines. They can come from so many different places. But oftentimes they can lay dormant until energy work or healing is done, and then they wake up and they're like, oh crap. Oh crap. They're gonna find me.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So what is Maria's depression score at out of 100? Okay, so I'm getting that it's at 6% versus the 0%. So still not horrible.
Okay.
Not horrible at all. What is her anxiety score at out of 100? So I'm getting that's at 17%. So you thought a little bit higher, which again, it's really not that far off.
Right.
All right, what is her self-love score at out of 100? Okay, so 47% is what your subconscious is saying, which means that your conscious mind, your ego, is saying, oh, no, I love myself more. And you absolutely do.
Right.
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying that on an energetic level, your subconscious is saying there's still some work for us to do
Good.
so that we can bring that up to a truer 85%.
Right. Okay.
All right, and what is her self-worth at out of 100? So I'm getting that's at 50%. So that did stay the same compared to
Okay.
last week.
Right.
So everything changed, but it's all to
The betterment of myself.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what is the first path? And those of you who are watching this, I'm using an app called Healing Remembered that was designed by Kate Elliott from Healing Remembered. And you can find it in your app store if there's you get a 2-week free trial if you are a healer and you'd like to try it out. I should recommend that you do understand muscle testing because it's a lot easier to get through the app doing it that way. Okay, so what is the first path that we're going to take? So offensive energies, and these are from others. So we can use the easy button, meaning this is quantumly for your highest and good. And so there's a satanic energy. And so this energy was created when a person invokes or worships Satan. Now, this is from a past life. So this is from a past life.
Okay.
So it was just, you're hanging on to it. And so you no longer need it. So we're just going to get rid of that. And is that cleared? Yes. And as those of you watching noticed, I yawned when that cleared, and so did Maria. It's just how we clear, how the energy clears when we're working together. All right, so what is the next path? Another offensive energy. And this is also from others. We cannot use the easy button, so there's more information we need to know. So what is the offensive energy? So this is a baiting energy, and this is an energy that an energy of deliberate annoyance. Do we need to know when this occurred? Yes. Between the ages of 11 and 20. Any other times? Yep. 51 to 60. Any other times? No. And how old are you?
53.
53. Okay. Okay, and so what body part, or is there a body part or system that's being affected? Yes. And how many body parts or systems are being affected? Just two. And what are they? So your central nervous system, and what else? 37. Your stomach. Anything else? No. And is there a fail-safe? Yes. And a fail-safe is just a lock that is like covering this up. Anything else? No. Something's itching to get out. Right. Is there an underlying cause to this baiting energy? Nope. And can we clear that? Yep. So we're just going to clear, cleanse, and release that baiting energy.
What would be baiting energy?
So somebody poking at you, somebody annoying you to the point where like you're reacting to them. Like they're baiting you into having a fight with them or something like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like they're ready for a fight. And so they're like, I'm going to send you this energy so that you fight with me.
Right. Very interesting.
Okay, what is the next path we're going to take? System, spiritual, so aura repair. So the aura is a field of energy around every living thing's physical body. The energy changes and shifts based on what the person is doing, whom they are doing it with, or how they are feeling. When this person's energy shifts, their aura shifts too, and it is a direct reflection of their physical, emotional, and mental state of being, and it can be repaired energetically. Okay, so this is a light language, so this will be in your notes. So when you get your notes, just make sure, how many times does she need to listen to the aura repair? So I'm getting the aura repair you'll need to listen to 3 times.
Okay.
Over how many weeks? Over 3 weeks. So once a week.
Once a week?
Yep.
Okay.
So that'll be in your notes as well.
Okay.
All right, what is the next path? Heart awakening. Easy button. So aching heart. So this is a feeling of sorrow, longing, or loss that creates deep emotional discomfort in the chest area. And I'm wondering if this is that grief
Yeah.
that you've been feeling in the last week.
Wow, that just like made my arms, the hair stand up. That's crazy. Yeah.
Because it can be caused by grief, heartbreak, or a sense of unfulfilled love, often accompanied by a persistent sensation or emotional heaviness or emptiness. Okay. So can we clear that? Yep. So we're just going to clear that aching heart energy. Aching heart energy cleared. Yes. Okay. What is the next path? Offensive energies. These are from others. And can we use the easy button? We cannot. You're like, you're going to work. So this is a blessing curse. Oh, these are so much fun. A blessing curse is when a person treats you pleasantly and claims that they have your best interest at heart, but underneath, they do not wish you well.
Interesting.
So it's like somebody saying, oh, bless your heart, and they don't really mean it.
Right, right.
Um, so yeah, do we need to know when this energy was taken on? Yes. When was this energy taken on? Between 51 and 60. Any other times? No. Do we need to know what body part or system is affected? Yes. How many body parts or systems are affected? 3. And what is the first one? Your central nervous system, your digestive system, and your liver. Anything else? No. Okay, do we need to know the failsafe? We do not need to know the failsafe. Is there an underlying cause to this blessing curse? There is. And what is the underlying cause? Oops, wrong button. What is the underlying cause to this blessing curse? Mental and emotional. And so this is where layers come in, where you might, you find something and you think you cleared it, but it feels like it comes back.
Uh,
Well, thing is that your ego or another part of you was like, okay, we'll tell her that it's gone, but she didn't find all these other layers underneath. So it's important for us to ask, can we clear it? Is there
okay.
anything else to address with this? And for this blessing curse, there is a mental and emotional component to it. Can we use the easy button? We cannot. Okay, so what is it? So there's a core wound. And a core wound is a deep emotional injury or trauma that is typically originates from a significant event or series of experiences in a person's life, often during childhood or past life. These wounds can shape a person's sense of self, beliefs, and reactions to the world. Core wounds usually linked to feelings of inadequacy, abandonment, rejection, betrayal, or other forms of deep emotional pain. So, what core
Check, check,
wounds?
check, check.
Yeah. Right? What core wound is it? So, it is a breakup or a divorce wound. Do we need to know what body part or system is affected? No. Do we need to know when this occurred? Yes. Between 21 and 30. Does anything come up, a breakup or something that was significant
Yeah,
between those ages? Yeah.
yes, yes.
All right. Is there a fail safe? Yes. What is the fail safe? Hidden. Anything else? No. All right. So how deep does this breakup wound go out of 10? 6 out of 10. And we want that to be a 0 out of 10. So it's completely gone.
Okay.
And what is the underlying cause? Easy entity release, which means there's an entity or spirit attachment that is contributing to this core wound. Can we use the easy button? We can. And it's like, I want to get out of here. And this is a dark ET implant. So an energetic device inserted into the mind of a human by a dark ET for mind control and manipulation. And this came through an electronic device. So it came through a TV, a phone, a microwave, anything that you plug in, it came through that.
Interesting. Okay.
So can we clear that? Yep. So we're just gonna clear that ET implant. We're just gonna like pluck it out. And everything that clears transmutes into love and gratitude. My whole body is buzzing.
Wow.
Okay, is that cleared? That is cleared. All right. So how deep does this breakup wound go now out of 10? 0 out of 10. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So we're just going to release any other associated with that implant. Okay. Are there any other underlying causes? No. So can we clear that? Yep. So we're just going to release that blessing curse. We're going to send it back with elevated love and consciousness. We always send We always send love back. We always treat people how we want to be treated, and that includes energetically. Blessing curse cleared. Yes. Okay. What is the next step? Offensive energies. And this one is self-inflicted. And we can use the easy button. So this is witchcraft. So the practice of magic, especially black magic. Do we need to know anything about this? We don't. Can we just clear that? Yep, it's just gonna clear. Clear that witchcraft. And this, funny enough, can come from this lifetime. Yeah.
Well, funny enough, on my business card, people, I'm the chef, but I didn't go to culinary school, so I always felt bad putting that on there. Felt like it was so. My friend came up with I'm a culinary magician,
Oh, wow, there you go.
but it's not black magic. It's not black magic.
No, but it is magic. I mean, it is creating recipes through food is creating they're spellbounding. They're when you make food and you make it with love, people are going to feel that love in your food. If you're angry when you're making food,
Right.
people feel that anger in your food. And so it's, yeah, absolutely. And that's why they say to also choose your words wisely, because it's called spelling for a reason, right? When we spell out words, everything we say has an intention set behind it. So be incredibly mindful of the words that you are using, not only against other people, but against yourself.
Right.
Okay,
Like when you talked about when I made that joke about my spirit, and you were like, it is nice that you can joke about it, but at the same time, your words mean something, and that's what goes into my head. So it was,
right.
I do, I try to, don't use the word not, or, use positive words over anything that could be taken negatively.
Absolutely. In your subconscious mind, when people say things about other people, they you're sending them the negative energy, but when you say those words, your subconscious does not understand that you're saying it about somebody else.
Right,
The
right,
subconscious hears those words and go, "Oh, they think they're an idiot."
right,
Even though you might be calling somebody else an idiot, you're sending out that energy, but your subconscious is going, "Okay, I'm an idiot."
right.
So, yeah. All right. What is the next path? Okay, do we need to go to my charts? Yep, so we have to go to the other charts. Okay, what is the next path? Okay, so you're putting some limits on yourself. And where is she putting limits on herself? Limits on gaining. Okay, so it took me to limits on weight gain, but I immediately got that that was not the exact wording. It was limits on gaining. So you're putting limits on gaining freedom. Gaining freedom um from what you've been through. Like you're still holding on to things. And I think this is um limits on gaining freedom of the past. Because this is only our fourth session, right? You've only recently started to heal from everything that you've been going through over the past few years. And so there's still an anchor that you're identifying with your past. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your subconscious just wants you to be aware of it, that there's still
Right.
some things that you are holding on to because you identify with it, because it's been a part of you for so long.
Okay.
So just something to maybe journal on, to have you started, your meditation practice?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe something to, as you're sitting in your, maybe find some meditations where you're being guided through letting go of past emotions.
Okay.
Because this is why I say energy work and conscious work so well together, because sometimes we actually have to do the work. We can't just bypass doing the inner work. Sometimes we
Right.
still have to do that inner work. And so I think that's what your subconscious is saying, is like you're putting limits on gaining that freedom because you're still attached to some of those things, which is completely valid.
And how long do you say, like 10 minutes to meditate? Is that
Start with whatever you are comfortable doing. If
okay?
you're only comfortable sitting, and I really recommend getting to a point where you're sitting in silence, because then you can start to um feel what's going on in your body. You can observe the thoughts that are coming through. Don't um don't focus on your thoughts, but try to become an observer of them. Like if you're sitting there in meditation, you're like, "Oh, I'd really like a Big Mac." Really, just observe. Part of you wants a Big Mac.
Right.
And you just go, okay, part of me wants a Big Mac, but that's not what we're focusing on right now. Right now, we're focusing on my breath. And then you go back to your breathing.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I have to, where my ADD kind of goes off, and then I say, "Come on, come on, come on back."
Right. And that's exactly how you retrain that muscle. That's how
Right.
you retrain that ability to just be with yourself.
Right.
We as people, as humans, are not comfortable, one, being alone with ourselves, and two, being in silence alone by ourselves,
Right.
because we've never done it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even
It's
as big
scary
as
sometimes.
this is just not something that we do.
Right.
All right, what is the next path that we need to take? Okay, so there is an attachment. And what is the attachment? So there's a chain. And what is she chained to? You're chained to unbalanced relationships, which is funny because we were talking about those friends again, right? Okay, so can we just
Apparently, I'm really good at it.
Well, this has come up because you're ready to let go of those chains. You're ready, like you were telling me before we hit record, you saw them, you saw the pictures come across your social media, and you were just like, I hope they're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means that, like, you're ready to release these chains to those relationships that were seemingly one-sided,
Mm-hmm.
because those friends were in your life for a reason
Right.
while they were there, and they served their purpose. And when their purpose was served, they were like, we're out. And as
Right.
much as that hurts our ego, you don't need them anymore.
Right.
Your ego might still want them, but
Right.
you don't need them anymore. It's time to find a new tribe, time to find um new friends, which for our human selves can be incredibly difficult, and it can take
Yeah.
time. And this might just be that period of time where you're supposed to just focus on you,
Mm-hmm.
right? All right. So can we dissolve and dismantle that chain? We can. So we're just going to dissolve and dismantle that chain. We're going to heal. I just see it like wrapped around your calf. And so we're just going to like release that chain off of your calf and heal the energetic skin is just healing around it. It's almost like that the chain imprints, they were on there so tight, because you put so much value into your friendships. And
I just picture myself like dancing around.
good, good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right, is that chain cleared? It is. Dissolved and dismantled? Yes. Okay, so what is the next path? Session, okay, truth or illusion, light beyond light. Is the session complete? Yes. Did Maria end this session? Yes. Did she end it because there's nothing left? No. energies depleted? No, she's tired. Yeah, you're tired. You're like, I need a break.
Interesting.
How are you feeling?
I feel fantastic.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. Are there any wellness tools that would benefit Maria this week? No. Okay. Nope. No new wellness tools this week.
Okay, so just keep with the same
Yeah.
journaling and
Yep.
I'm trying to just do the 3 things that I love about myself once a week because I'm running out of things. But the
Oh,
gratitude, there's plenty of things.
oh,
Not that
the
I'm
the
running out
the
of
three things
things.
about you.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many adjectives and things that I feel like I mean, I'm still writing them and all of that,
Right.
but
Yeah. And if you end up repeating some of them about yourself, that's okay.
because
Um,
I thought to myself that maybe I don't have to worry about. I'm not worrying about the 3 words. If they're
right.
the same every day, then they're the same every day. That's what
Right.
I
Yep.
feel about myself. So
Yep.
I'm more. I decided that I'm not going to worry about reusing words because if that's the word that comes to me that day, then that's the word that I feel about myself. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah,
So
your gratitude list is a little bit different because you can look around your room and you have a whole bookshelf of books. You can be grateful for each and every book,
right,
right? So
right. I'm very grateful for Kleenex.
there you go. Allergies acting up.
No, just from the crying and stuff.
Oh, and crying is very therapeutic.
Yes, it
So,
is.
yeah. Okay. All right. So I asked for Maria to quantumly disentangle from people, places, scenes, and parallel nows that came up during this session. Maria is fully grounded, integrated, and embodied, and I asked for all of Maria's physical and energetic systems to stabilize throughout the day and night. I folded all non-beneficial timelines for Maria and placed Maria on Maria's universal timeline in love's vibration, centered in neutrality, and release all personal and collective beliefs that hold Maria in opposition to that. I call back 100% organic light essence for Maria to this here and now. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Am I disconnected? I am. Okay, so counting the limits of gaining freedom from the past and the chain, we did a total of 10 energies. So I'm just going to make a copy of these to put into your notes so that we
It's
don't.
really odd because they were all energies that I was thinking I wanted to deal with, and you had no idea, really.
No,
So
no
that's
idea. I mean,
amazing
we
to
talked
me
a
that
little
you
bit.
pick up on that, that those were all the things that I wanted to get, that I was need to, that was the next step
Yeah.
for me. And I'm really just fascinated by this whole process. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. All right. So is Maria's soul 100% back in her body? No. Okay. So we now send Maria's soul back to Maria with elevated love and consciousness, just enveloping you in unconditional love. And is her soul 100% back in her body? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's see where this brings all of these things for you. Oops. Okay. So two. All right. So what is her depression score at now out of 100? 0%. So we brought that back down to 0%. Is her anxiety score at 0%? Yes. So anxiety is back down to 0. What
Great.
is her self-love score at out of 100? 92%.
Well, that came up.
Yep. And what is her self-worth score at out of 100? 95%. That's awesome. I do expect those two to go back down a little
Okay.
bit,
Okay.
just because not only are there lifetimes where you have probably not felt worthy or have not loved yourself, but you've got 53 years.
Right.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an auto program to bring your self-love, to clear all anti-self-love and clear all anti-self-worth. So clearing all those negative energies on an auto program that are contributing to that, so that maybe when we go to the next session, they are either staying where they're at or they've gone up to 100% through the
Okay,
program. Okay.
okay,
Let's set up that auto program to clear anything that is blocking your self-love and self-worth from being at 100% or a 10 out of 10. And has this auto program been activated? Yes. And has it been received? Yes. And how long will it run? For hours? Will it run for days? How many days? 4 days. Do we need to check back in on it? No. So this auto program will run for 4 days.
okay,
And I don't have to check back in on it. After the 4 days is done, it'll just be over, but we can double check next week where the scores are at. And the hope is that they're at 100%.
okay.
But yeah. All right. Any questions?
No.
No.
Every time it just gets better and better.
I'm glad that you are seeing results so quickly.
Yes.
I absolutely, sitting in depression and anxiety is a horrible place to sit. And
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to survive with it. You don't have to manage it. You do have to learn how to manage new feelings coming up.
Right, right.
But this way we can get rid of what's in the past, and leave that in the past and move
I mean,
forward.
all I picture myself back, in the darkest times where like I was just like quicksand and I just like drowning. I was always like I could suffocating. Like
Yeah,
and that feeling I thank God I haven't felt that in a long time. That now I'm walking, you know, into the sunset where I'm like I can see that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
that's beautiful.
Thanks a lot for you. Very
Oh,
grateful for you. I'm very
you're
grateful for
welcome.
you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you so much for allowing me into your space, because this can, in letting me record and putting this out for others to see, because being vulnerable is not easy.
No, but it's worth it. It's really
But
worth it.
by showing that vulnerability that you have, you're going to help others to heal, and you're going to continue to heal through them healing, because when we heal
Right.
ourselves, we help others to heal, and when others heal themselves, they help us to heal,
That's the best
because
feeling.
we're
Yeah.
all one.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for allowing me to record this and to put it out for whoever needs to see it,
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Mm,
I'll see you next week.
okay.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
And I'll send your notes over soon.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
Have a
All
great
right.
day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.